Hello and welcome to Tome of Uselessness. I'm Devon.
I'm Dan.
And this is a little smaller mini episode.
Yeah.
Which is specifically for Thomas.
Yeah.
So thanks Thomas for the suggestion. Today we are talking about Pokemon, the first movie, aka Pokemon, The Return of Mewtwo. It was the first movie in the Americas of the North.
Right, because it is the second movie, right?
Yeah. I didn't watch the real first movie.
What even happens in that one?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I don't care. So I watched The Return of Mewtwo. You have never seen it?
No, I don't think so. I think maybe I might have seen like bits and pieces when it was chopped up and then shown on television as part of like Pokemon's run.
Right.
But I don't think I've seen it.
Okay, well
And I've seen a couple breakdowns though of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you the plot of it.
Yeah.
I rented it on YouTube for $4.99. You know, I didn't even look on Netflix. I probably should have.
Well,
but I wanted to watch it on my phone while I was doing other things.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay, so it is available on YouTube to rent for $4.99 if your heart desires that. Yeah. Okay, so let's see if I can just give you the plot.
Yeah.
So, we start off with Mewtwo in a vat of liquid in a science place.
Yeah.
And they're scientists that are mad scientists.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. Think Giovanni and Team Rocket have something to do with it, but not positive. Because I was doing
no, I think this plot is outside of like a Team Rocket plot because it was like...
No, because Giovanni makes an appearance at one point, like in the background as like a pre-recorded message on a computer screen.
Right, okay. So he's like tertiarily aware of being like, we're going to get that Mewtwo power.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So, it turns out that Mewtwo is the most powerful Pokemon. He's got psychic abilities. Then he figures out that the humans are using him. I think they put like armor on him or something that makes him controllable. Then he breaks out of it. And then, so that's our little preamble. And then it cuts to Ash, Misty, and Brock hanging out. And like Brock and Misty are trying to make lunch, I think. And Ash is too tired to help him, but he's not too tired to Pokemon battle when this guy comes and challenges them.
As it happens on the streets.
But none of that matters, because what matters is, what's the fat Charmander called?
Charizard? Like
No, he's not a Char, he's not in the Char family, but he's a dragon and he's very fat.
Snorlax?
No. Snorlax isn't a dragon.
I know, that's why I was confused. That's what you were asking.
I want to say it's like a dragon something. Dragon Knight, Dragonair, Dragon...
There is a Dragonite, yeah.
Dragon. Drag queen.
Right.
Anyways, a fat dragon.
Sure.
Gives them an invitation to an island to battle the world's best Pokemon master ever in the history of the world. So they're like, great.
Yeah, and at this point, has Ash, like...
Done anything?
Yeah, has he battled his way?
No.
Okay. He's still an unknown, like, I'm gonna be the very best kid kind of thing still?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as this is happening, Team Rocket, not the entire Team Rocket, but just Jesse, James, and Meowth, overhear this. And
because they're always spying, they're just always nearby.
They want that Pikachu.
Yeah.
They overhear this and they decide they're gonna follow him.
Well, sure.
On a side note, I didn't realize that when I was half watching the show with Peter when he was a kid, I never realized that Team Rocket was part of a bigger organization.
Yeah.
Because they're so inept that I wouldn't assume that they would be field agents.
Yeah.
But I always thought they were just some guy named James and some girl named Jessie that called themselves Team Rocket.
They're just like,
we're friends. We need a friendship team name.
Well, if I recall, like, their assignment is, like, almost like a punishment because they screwed something else up or they're ridiculous.
Yeah, that's right.
Like,
I asked Tony about it, and he was like, oh, it's because they're so inept that they don't want them to be involved with the plans. And I'm like, why wouldn't Giovanni just fire them? And he's like, he was just not a good business person. So.
Or it could act as a good lightning rod that people are like...
Oh, no, I know what it was.
Okay.
James comes from money.
Yes.
And the money gets funneled into Team Rocket. That's why they're not fired.
Right.
And Jessie was
His friend or something.
A sex worker or something. She's a sad storyline.
Right.
It's probably not sex worker.
Well, it probably is.
It's Japan, though.
Yes.
And then Meowth was like a homeless cat that learned to speak people.
Yeah, which is always hilarious because it's like...
Their Meowth is way better than the Pikachu.
You can just travel around with Meowth and make tons of money because it's the rarest thing ever.
Yeah.
Nope, we gotta get this powerful Pikachu.
Yeah, no. Okay, so.
Yeah.
They go to the ferry. There's a huge storm. Officer Jenny's like, hey, you can't go... And there's a bunch of people that want to take the ferry. Because they all want to go...
Because they all got the invites.
Yeah. Right? And Officer Jenny's like, it's too dangerous. Can't go. I will arrest you, and we can't send your Pokemon to the Pokemon Center because Nurse Joy has been missing for a week.
Oh, no.
Or whatever.
Wait. Pokemon can live in the balls. Why are they...
Listen, we're not here to ask questions.
Okay. They have a dimensional space where they just go and chill, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. But, okay. So.
Stormy.
Then, the harbor mistress is like, comes up and she's like, oh, there's this legend and prophecy about the sea, and this never gets explained. She just goes on a rant, and then
everyone's like,
she goes
what was she talking about?
Yeah. So all the Pokemon Masters are like, screw you, Officer Jenny. I don't care if I'm breaking the law. I'm going to that island. And all of us happen to have water-type Pokemon that can bring us there.
Okay.
Okay?
But is there like a huge rush to get to the island? Like, is the battle's like, tomorrow, we gotta get there?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
We go with yes. Yeah. Anyway, so then, that nobody questions that, why they need to go that day.
Like, just wait out the storm.
Just wait out They're like, no, we have to go with Pokemon battle.
Right.
We have invitations. We don't want to be rude.
Well, of course.
So then, Ash, Brock, and Misty. Ash is all like gung-ho to like risk his Pokemon's life, and Misty's like, we can't. They're not strong enough. I'm like, if they're not strong enough to make it through the storm, when clearly everybody else's Pokemon is strong enough to make it through the storm, then like, why do you think you can battle these guys?
Because he's gonna be the best. He's got the heart. Yeah, and Misty could. She's got water type going like nuts.
Yeah, but she said hers aren't strong enough.
Oh, to battle through the storm?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, her Staryu, Starmie.
It's still Starry.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So then a mysterious duo of Vikings on a Viking ship pull up. Really? That happened to sound just like Jesse and James. With Meowth tied to the front as their like... You know how like the front of boats have like lady faces?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Meowth. Tied them.
It seems very safe.
Yeah.
In stormy waters.
So they go out with the Vikings because they're like, clearly we trust Vikings who aren't asking for money. They just wanted to ferry us across.
Right.
And they get about halfway and it capsizes, but then the Pokemon miraculously save them and they get to the whatever. And they're greeted by a woman who kind of is dressed like a nun, but not really.
Right.
And like she got like a habit on, basically, right? And she's like, you made it. Come meet the master. And Brock's like, you look familiar. I never forget a face.
He is noted for knowing everything between...
Women.
Yeah. All the Joys and the Jennies.
Yeah. So they go in and they meet the other Pokemon Masters who've made it. Everybody else's Pokemon are named, but Ash still calls his Squirtle Pikachu, but whatever.
He just, like on the game, he just pressed A when it came up to the name.
He clearly cares the most about his Pokemon, but he didn't have time to name them. So then it turns out the Pokemon Master is Mewtwo. Mm-hmm. And he's been cloning Pokemons to make them super Pokemon.
Whoa.
So while he's explaining this, Jesse and James have snuck in, and they've found the laboratory where all the cloning Pokemons are. And they're like, whoa, weird. And Mew, like the ancient Mew is flying around in the background for reasons.
Really? Already?
Yeah. He's there from the beginning of the movie.
Oh, because I was saying, isn't that the big reveal that there's like
he's
the ancient Mew?
That's what I thought too, but no, he's just in the background, like being Mew. They don't notice him. Nobody
Okay.
notices him.
Yeah, he's ancient. He's using his invisibility powers.
No, I think he's just like he's a weird pink cat.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, so
Because Mewtwo is a clone of Mew and
human,
right?
yeah.
Like that's the whole thing with it,
yeah,
right?
they made just like Jurassic World 2. But they put human DNA in a raptor
Right.
to make it a super raptor. Or no, wait, was that the first one? Which one did they make? Which one did they clone the dinosaur with humans in it?
That must have been the second one, because the
first one had tree frog. The second one had peoples.
No, well, like the Indominus Rex was like it had like lizard in it, and
Yeah, they specifically say tree frog.
Right.
Because tree frogs don't show up on infrared maps. I don't know.
It definitely didn't have human. I didn't realize that was the second plot of Jurassic World.
Or I put that in there because it was such a dumb plot that I'm like, they must have human DNA.
Obviously, that's the next stage of everything. So
I hope so. Hire me, Universal.
I'm in. Yeah.
I'll write your dumb movie. Okay, so yeah, cloning. They accidentally cloned Meowth for some reason.
Right. So Mewtwo's cloning other Pokemon, not like himself?
No, he's cloning other Pokemon to make them better.
Right.
And sometimes they have stripes and sometimes they don't.
So they're just like evil versions of the other Pokemon?
Yeah, they're like the best Pokemon.
But they're all under his control? They're not free?
Yeah, he uses his mind control.
Right, okay.
Anyways, he starts challenging the Pokemon trainers to battles, and it doesn't go well for the normal Pokemon.
Right, he's using his enhanced Pokemon.
So they're winning.
They're way better.
I don't remember how this came up. No, Mew shows up.
Right.
And
so Ancient Mew.
Ancient Mew shows up and starts battling Mewtwo, and Mewtwo's like, we need to see what's better, the clones or the originals, because clearly it's the clones. So then I missed a big plot point.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry.
That's right. We'll come back. We'll come back to this.
So after a couple of battles, Mewtwo's like, I win all your Pokemon because I won, and those are the rules. So he gets a bunch of evil black Pokeballs that fly to capture all of the Pokemon. Even ones that are in regular Pokeballs.
Oh, he's just snatching everything.
Snatching everything. Pikachu is the last one to get captured. Ash grabs onto the ball and ends up going down to the lab and breaks the machine somehow to keep Pikachu from being cloned.
Right.
But all the Pokemon were fine. I don't know why he cares so much. I'm so confused.
Cares about his Pokemon.
It's not like they got incinerated once they got cloned.
Yeah, when they got captured and cloned.
They were all fine. Because they come back out. There is really no threat there. He freaked out and he damaged some private property. I guess he didn't want them to be owned by Mewtwo.
Right.
But still, because what ends up happening is that all of the clones and all of the OGs end up fighting each other.
Right.
Like fighting their clone, right?
Yeah.
And Mew shows up and starts fighting Mewtwo.
But what about the other clones that they already had?
They're also there.
Right, okay. So they basically, like, he takes the captured Pokemon, become clones, and then fight the originals.
Yeah.
Which were owned by, like, Ash and Co.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So they're all fighting in the arena.
Yeah. And then Mew shows up as like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm Mew.
I'm Mew, and I'm going to fight you. Right. I have a blue bubble, I have a pink bubble, you have a blue bubble, we're going to bounce off each other. But, so all the Pokemon are fighting, and all the trainers are really sad about it, because this is not what Pokemon were meant to do. Even though...
It's the entirety of the show.
That's what they always do, is fight. But not like this.
Right.
Not like this.
Well, and sorry, I'm just curious, like, is it ever shown or explained? Okay, so the clones, like you said, they're stronger, more powerful, but is Mew mind controlling them always, or are they always, like, when he's battling Mew, or Mewtwo's battling Mew, he's obviously not being able to psychically control the others. Are they still evil, essentially, or they're just...
Yeah.
Like, are they now like, I'm free from his psychic control, we should get out of here, or something? Like, let's run amok Jurassic Park style.
Mewtwo dampens all their special skills.
Oh.
For some reason.
Yeah.
So they're just slapping each other, basically.
Okay.
Which is great, because there's, like, two Psyducks just slapping each other. And they're like, Psy, slap.
Yeah.
And then the other one's like, Duck, slap.
Nice. Sorry, I was just kind of like, like, in many of these kind of things, when a clone or whatever is free, they run amok or attack their former master.
That would be too much animation.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
So they're just fighting, and this scene goes on for a very long time. We just keep cutting back to different
Pokemon
battling.
Yeah.
It's really annoying. And then Meowth. Meowth's clone finds Meowth, and Meowth is like, I should fight you because you're different than me. You were born different. And then he's like, but actually we're the same. So they don't fight.
Right.
They end up being friends. And
Sure.
then the Pikachus are fighting, and clone Pikachu is like going to town on zapping, but OG Pikachu won't fight him. He just is taking a beating.
He's like, I'm immune to lightning.
No, he's taking a beating. Yeah, yeah.
But he's learned Ash's ways of
not fighting.
Of teamwork.
I don't know what this movie is about. I don't know if it's about clones. I don't know if it's about racism.
Right.
I don't know if it's about family. Like, very confused.
Okay.
If it's about xenophobia, who knows, right? Doesn't matter. So then, Mewtwo and Mew are gonna do a super big fight at each other.
Yeah.
Like a big power poop.
Sure.
And Ash gets really upset. He's like, no! So he runs out into the middle between. Sorry. It's so dumb. Ash pulls a Rickon and runs into fire.
Right.
So yeah, he runs into their two
beams
of bad.
Yeah.
And then he falls down and he kind of turns to stone.
Oh no, Ash.
So Pikachu runs out and starts lightninging him.
Right.
And
that doesn't work.
And he's sad.
Sure.
He's like, Pikachu!
It's made of rock.
Yeah.
That's ground. He should know this.
Mewtwo's like, whoa. And then all the Pokemon start crying. Because Pikachu's crying. And then their tears magically bring Ash back to life.
Oh. The Power Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And friendship.
Friendship, tears, sadness.
Right.
If you're sad enough when a loved one dies, they'll come back to life.
I don't know about that part.
I'm trying to, it's just, I don't understand the message of this movie. That's part of the problem.
Well, and it's weird that it's not like Mew somehow being like, oh, I'm sorry, and I'll use my ancient powers to
bring him back,
yeah,
right?
to heal him up.
Because that would make sense.
Yeah.
It'd be like, oh, right? Anyways, that's not what happened. Just all the Pokemon cry and Ash comes back to life.
Okay.
Mewtwo is like, cool. I'm going to take my clones and live on an island.
Aren't they already on an island?
Different island.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to be friends in a happy Pokemon family. And I'm going to use my psychic powers to erase all of your memories.
Oh.
And then we just go right back to the harbor with the ferry right before the harbor mistress tells them the tale of the prophecy of the sea. Oh,
Wait.
and it turned out that the lady on the island was Nurse Joy.
Right.
So she's back and she's like, my Poke Center is open if anybody wants to come get Poke treatments.
But her memory is erased as well.
Yeah, everybody's memory's erased.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, but how did he...
I don't know, psychic powers?
Yeah. So he teleported everybody to the harbor from the island.
Yeah.
Him and his Pokemon disappear.
And
I assume
everyone's memory.
Yeah, and Mew has also disappeared.
No, because the last scene is Misty, Brock, and Ash standing on the pier. And Misty and Brock are looking at the ocean or something, but Ash is looking up at the clouds and he sees Ancient Mew dash between the clouds. And then he's like, hey, did you guys see that? And they're like, nope. And then he's like, in voiceover, he's like, on my first day as a trainer, I saw a legendary Pokemon, and now I just saw another Pokemon. And the credits roll.
So nothing was learned by our characters because all their memories were erased.
Yeah.
I guess that kind of works because in the show it's like...
Yeah, they couldn't really have, like, Mewtwo as a recurring character.
No, but I just meant, like, the characters can just be slotted, like, out of the movie or about other show and then put right back in because it was just like, all the memories were erased. They don't remember doing that.
Yeah.
None of the experience was gained by the Pokemon.
That's handy.
Yeah. And looked at those Pokedex, they were like, wait, you gained levels. How's that possible?
I've seen other Pokemon movies.
I don't think I've seen any.
On Netflix.
Aside from Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, Detective Pikachu. And they all kind of have this strange, like, rambling, not quite a plot feel to them.
Well, and I'm just, again, just because they were made around the same time as the show, they probably didn't want to do anything that, like, impacted the show in a way, right?
Right?
It's like, that's their
They
bread and
wanted a
butter.
little cash grab on the side, and they got one. Yeah.
It's like OVAs and stuff like that, where like anime shows, they always make it's like it's a sort of a prequel or a sequel, or it's just like it's another story with your characters. Pay us more money.
Yeah. I mean, like, my biggest complaint is that Oddish wasn't in it.
Right.
Oddish is my favorite Pokemon. But it did have Psyduck, so...
No, there you go.
There's no Magikarp, though. But there was a Gyarados.
Oh, very nice.
Yes. I know some Pokemon names.
Nice.
I think I've just named them all.
Don't test the limits any further.
And that's a wrap.
Yeah.
But it kind of is a wrap. Unless you have any questions about the film that you would like me to explain to you. Some deeper meaning.
Well, I'm just... Because they reference it, of course, in Detective Pikachu, that it was like Kanto was where Mewtwo escaped from.
Yeah.
Which is where he was in the facility originally, right? Where he busts out.
Yeah.
And then... But it's like...
Do you think Ash and Misty and Brock exist in the Detective Pikachu universe?
Ooh... I don't know. You'd think it would have been referenced if it was.
This fucking annoying kid named Ash.
Yeah, I was...
Like, it would be so great if like, that story with Ash existed in the same universes.
Well, I was thinking that because, like, there was, like, a time gap between that, like, that Ash was some sort of... He was a Pokemon champion. Like, if we had seen, like, a poster of him in the background that was, like, you know, Pokemon champion Ash, and is like, with his hat and etc. But I don't remember seeing or hearing any kind of... Because there was, like, only that one nod, I think, to the original series was just them talking about the Mewtwo incident.
Mm-hmm.
Or...
Maybe it's a deleted scene or something.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe, like we were joking, if they do a sequel, could always bring something like that in.
Totally.
Yeah.
Bring us Ash and Brock and Misty.
But they'd be older, right? So.
Oh, that's a bummer. It's most of its annoying kids. Do you think Misty would dress the same as an adult?
Obviously.
Just with a blazer?
Yeah.
Yellow crop top, red suspenders.
Or no, I was gonna say, or just like it wouldn't be as
shorts.
cropped. The length would be increased. Her shorts would go down to like her knees, let's say, and her shirt would be not cropped.
No. It'd be short shorts, cropped shirt, suspenders, and a blazer, and a briefcase.
It's because she's very serious.
She's a serious business lady. Maybe her hair would be in a bun instead of a ponytail.
Well, I would assume she would have some sort of ocean-related job, since she's all about the water types.
Oh yeah, she'd be a marine biologist.
Yeah, something like that, right? So.
Yeah, and Ash would be the same but taller.
Yeah, basically, he'd still be like, I'm the best battler. It's like, Ash, that was a decade ago. You don't know how good I was.
He's got like a pot belly. Drinks a lot.
Yeah. When the battles were real, man.
Could have been a champion, but I hurt my knee.
Yeah. Good times. No, this movie sounds ridiculous as I have heard. Mm-hmm. And as nonsensical as I have heard, but it was all about just the poke action, which was it good? Like in that regards. Like the battles, like was there some good battling?
So here's some things to keep in mind. Mm-hmm. This movie was released in 1999.
Yeah.
Which was 21 years ago? Is that right?
Close, yeah. Yeah. I mean, ish, depending on when, like months. So yes.
Yeah. Okay, 21 years ago-ish.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like this style of entertainment for children's films have changed.
Sure.
I feel like animation's gotten better. Although this Mewtwo series coming out on Netflix looks terrible.
Well, I thought it was a remake of the movie.
No, it's a series.
Oh.
And it's computer animated.
Yeah, because there's a computer animated, three computer animated Godzilla movies. which I watched the first one, and it was alright.
But it looks like the quality of, like, I don't know, of shit. It looks like shit quality.
Okay, because I remember talking with you about it, that I was like, I thought it was like a remake of this movie you're talking about.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a series that's coming out.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, so all of that put aside, it wasn't the worst I've seen. But it wasn't my cup of tea, obviously. I guess it was really colorful. When stuff was on screen, parts were moving. It wasn't obviously like they had taken the same shot and just put it in different backgrounds. Their mouth moves when they talk, that kind of thing, right?
Very good.
Like, really basic stuff for animation that can make something look really good versus really bad. So, I mean, it was fine.
Nice.
I watched the whole thing.
Well,
I didn't turn it off.
Okay. No, and I was saying, didn't they do like a remake of this movie like a decade later in CG? I think this movie's been made twice, is my point, even though it was the second movie. 'Cause I remember hearing about that as well, and people, it was like, it got butchered apparently, that it was like, what did you even do?
And also, I should just note, there are many Pokemon movies. If I'm watching the wrong one, please let me know.
No, it sounds like you watched the right one.
I don't know anymore.
Yeah, like I haven't actually watched any of the movies.
No?
No.
I watched like I said, I watched a couple.
Like I watched a ton of the show.
There was one like where it was it was Team Rocket wearing black shirts with red R's.
Yeah.
And Jesse and James weren't in it, but Rock and Misty and Ash were.
Right.
And I think
more Giovanni heavy plot.
Yeah, and there was like the Team Rocket was more competent. I think there's a scene where Brock uses a frying pan as an umbrella.
Obviously pivotal to the movie.
I just have this like memory of him holding a frying pan over his head.
Right.
I think that was a Mewtwo based film too. Anyways, at the end of the day, it's not made for me. The people that it's made for love it.
Yeah. I think this is pretty beloved.
Yeah.
Of a Pokemon media.
But it's not my jam.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And I wouldn't recommend it unless you really like Pokemon.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which is fair.
Well, that sounds like a Poke-tastic time, Devon.
Excellent. But I do appreciate Thomas for recommending or requesting a episode about it. And
Absolutely.
I'll try to get through the rest of his list too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if anybody else would like to tell us what to do, you can do that on social media. We're at Tome of Uselessness. We have a website, tomeofuselessness.com. We have a Gmail, tomeofuselessness@gmail.com.
All easy to find.
We would love to hear from you.
Thanks for listening.
Bye!